every 10 plots here belong to Ofori-Atta. Yes, every 10 plots. And why is that the only family we have in Ghana? Why is that the only family we have in Ghana? These are facts. Nobody can change it. They can come and challenge me, and I'll meet them anywhere in court with records, with documents. They can come and challenge me, he asserted, indicating that he had solid evidence to back his claim. Nunekbeku further emphasized the extent of the land deals, stating that companies linked to the former finance minister have been allocated vast amounts of land ranging from 4 to 30 acres. Now, you said you're a member of the TDC.
Yeah, no, I served on the TDC board.
Okay.
And,
so what do you know about this story?
You see, I know a lot about the story.
Okay.
First, I think that the new chief executive must hasten slowly.
Okay.
He has a responsibility, and the responsibility is quite huge. I remember when we went to serve on the board, I mean, TDC was in a deficit. They were struggling to even pay salary. As of December 2024, we left in the banks of TDC over 200 million Ghana cedis for him to work with. And he should be grateful to the previous board for doing him that favor. You see, TDC, per the laws that established TDC, has one mandate to develop the term acquisition area.
Okay.
And to some extent, develop properties, to sell lands and all of that. Community 24.
Okay.
The sale of Community 24 lands did not start in 2017.
Okay.
It's been there, even when the NDC was in power. And so I'm surprised that suddenly the current MD is isolating a certain portion and mentioning names of persons who have acquired those properties. What TDC is mandated to do is to sell lands. And so if Moro Audu has what it takes to go and buy the land, go there, get onto, you see, you don't even need to go and meet the CEO to buy lands at TDC. Get onto the website of TDC, download the documents, and you are able to purchase lands. What the CEO needs to come out to tell us is that the name that he mentioned, if any of them got the land for free, or any of them got a concessionary rate, sort of, if that is what happened, then he needs to come out and tell it. But you see, the reason why I'm cautioning him to hasten slowly is that, first he said that when he came, he saw a $1 million IT contract at TDC. What they failed to tell him was that that $1 million IT contract was signed in 2012, when the MPP was not in government. It goes further to say that there's some 45,000 Ghana cedis for curtains watch for the CEO. That never happened. In fact, I won't sit on the board and allow these illegalities to go on. No. Yeah. 45 but you see, we want to sell lands. In fact, TDC pays a lot to advertise for people to come and buy lands. Now, Ghanaians, not foreigners, Ghanaians, whether Ofori-Atta, whether Chumwafu, whether OPK, now says that the advert that you have placed, I'm now positioned to go and buy the land. The person goes to buy the land, and you come and sit on live TV, show documents to say that it is this family that has bought land. Please, for Christ's sake. I led or was a member of the team that said that Ken Ofori-Atta must go. But it doesn't mean that anything associated with Ofori-Atta. I have a friend, he's called Chumbuafu. He's not related to Kuno, but every time he's taking funds because his name Maswa Chumbuafu. He's always there. So the fact that somebody is called Chumbuafu.
Maybe he's related to me. Is he from a
No. It's not, well, I need to find out. Yeah, but you see, the fact that somebody is called Ofori-Atta and purchases land at Community 24 does not mean it's related to Ken Ofori-Atta. And even if the person is related to Ken Ofori-Atta, and so what? Is the person not a Ghanaian? Has the person been given a special price to pay? These are lands that are not being bought for 5,000 Ghana cedis or 10,000 Ghana cedis. In fact, these are lands that are being sold between $40,000 to $60,000. $40,000, $60,000. And so if you are selling this service plot and you have advertised it, and the family says that we want to come and buy a portion of it and it develop for maybe for our kids, or what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You see, I know that there's this competition amongst CEOs of state institutions to want to unearth some wrongs in the previous administration. There's this competition. I mean, you see them holding press conferences and trying to create an impression that there's been some state cut. I have a land in Committee 24. I bought the land with my money. I have documents to the land. And I'm not too sure anybody can say that I wrongly acquired that property. Because if TDC is mandated to sell properties, if TDC is mandated to sell lands and they are selling it and somebody goes to buy, what is wrong with that?
Okay. I'm sure you know Alice Ofori-Atta.
Yes, I served with her on the board. She was a chief executive.
Okay. Is she a relation of the finance minister?
Well, I don't know Alice.
She
Yes,
is.
she is.
She's
She's a first cousin, yeah.
Okay. So you won't fault anybody who feels that these transactions could have only happened because of the familiar relationships that these persons who bought it have with.
No. I'm saying that this is the website of TDC. When you get onto downloads, you are able to download a form. In fact, we advertise for people to buy the land.
But it's not everybody who
Everybody. Once you have the money,
and I get that. But
everybody. Once you have the money, all you need is to have the money.
I get it. So you're saying that there's more than enough land for everybody?
No, you see, it ranges. Okay. There's Committee 25. I mean, when you get to Committee 25, you need to go through all these huge traffics at Pong and all of that. So it affects the pricing of Committee 25. But for Committee 24, you are looking at, on the motorway, Trasaco Springs, that area, the new stadium that was built. There's this stadium that was built by Akufo-Addo recently for the athletics competition.
Oh, you mean the Botema
area.
Yes.
I mean, those are the Committee 24 lands. And for a land to be sold for $60,000 per plot in Botema, $60,000. You know, we say CDO. $60,000.
And that's fine. I mean, I get
so
that.
I'm saying that
is it everybody?
Everybody.
No. I'm not talking about people who are entitled. I'm talking about whether you know for a fact.
Yes.
If assuming 100 people wanted the same parcel of land.
Yes.
All the 100 would have been given the same opportunity as the Ofori-Attas. That's what I'm asking.
Yes. You see, the reason is that.
Okay.
One of the reasons we advertise on TV. One of the reasons we are advertised on the website. If you go to My Joy Online, Ghana Web, you see TDC advertising for people to buy Committee 24 lands. Yes. You see TDC advertising for people to buy properties in Committee 25. Is that the company is mandated to sell those lands, to service the plots and sell those lands.
Okay.
And so once Moro hears that this property is available and has what it takes to purchase the land, and that's so.
Okay.
I see nothing wrong with it.
All right.
Unless we are being told that if you are called Ofori-Atta in this country, you are not supposed to enjoy anything Ghana. I'm surprised. See, if the CEO had come into office and had seen Ishaq Ridwani, meaning that, let's say, a Lebanese family had bought a whole area to themselves, I'm not sure he would have raised this issue.
Okay.
If it was a foreigner who had bought that land, if we had foreigners who had bought that land, I'm not sure the CEO would have raised this issue. You see, we politicize everything in this country.
All right.
What we are asking the CEO to do is that it should point out any wrongdoing. Now, when you buy land, you are mandated to develop the land within 2 years. You need to pay 40% of the land for the land to be allocated to you. These are all procedures adopted by the board. If he feels that one way or the other these rules have been flouted, he should come out and tell other country. But bringing the site plan of the entire area and saying that an Ofori-Atta lives here and a Chumbuafo lives here and OPK lives here, it's neither here nor there. I mean, the company is mandated to sell.
And
when they are selling it,
they so deem fit.
I mean,
okay.